Greetings and salutations. I'm Ishita, accompanied by Shreyas, Ananya, Veda, and Athira, are here to talk about acoustic guitars. In this video, you will get to know all about the history of guitars.
Let's begin by knowing the species that the guitars come from. The string instruments, also known as the chordophones. String instruments are musical instruments that produce sounds from vibrating strings when the performer plays the strings in some manner. These can be classified on two bases: one construction that includes the lutes, the harps, and the zithers, and the other being the playing techniques such as struck, plucked, or bowed string instruments. We can trace down the ancestors of the guitar beginning from the oud, then the lute, then the vihuela, which was then widened to make the guitar, which then eventually gave birth to the ukulele and the electric guitar. A guitar is classified as a plucked string instrument or a chordophone, which produces sound by creating a vibration of the strings. These usually have 6 strings, but guitars with up to 18 strings are also seen. Now, why do we actually call it a guitar? The English word, the German word, and the French word are said to be all adopted from the Spanish word guitarra. It is also said that it has been influenced by kithara, which is translated as harp in English. Not only that, the word tar is actually a Sanskrit word which means string. Now let's look at the evolution, structure, and the parts of an acoustic guitar through a short video.
Guitar size. Companies build their guitars at a slightly different size. A typical full-size guitar is around 38 inches long with the scale length of around 25.5 inches. Here are some facts about guitars. Did you know the first guitar was made in ancient Egypt? And the world's biggest guitar is 30 meters long, while smallest guitar is just 10 microns. Let me tell you this. The most expensive guitar ever sold is for $2.8 million. Expensive stuff, man. I wonder who bought it. A company called Gibson made the most expensive guitars of all times. This is quite huge, but someone played guitar for 4.5 days. Now here are some more fun facts for you guys.
Now, let's put some light on the guitar manufacturing companies. Here, we have listed down the top 5 companies. First comes the Guild. It was founded in 1952, producing solely arch-top jazz guitars. Later in the 60s, the company also went into building electric guitars. Now, their product range is extensive from jazz electric to steel string acoustic. They have seen some excellent runs, especially throughout the 60s and 70s. Their newer products sometimes get a bad reputation, but honestly outshine comparably priced Martins in terms of consistency, reliability, and tone. Their pros are as follows. Guild was founded by the creator of Epiphone. It's now run by the Cordoba Music Group, which is a respected brand. It's affordably priced. It's one of the most consistent manufacturers, and the Guild vintage models are outstanding. Next comes the Seagull. The Seagull acoustic guitar brand operates as a subdivision of Gordon Guitars. They have been producing acoustic guitars and electric acoustic guitars for over 30 years. One of their most distinguishable features is that their headstock shape, which aligns the tuning machines and nuts and provides better tuning consistency. They also have a body which curves ever so slightly around the sound hole instead of being flat topped. Their pros are they are expertly designed, they are affordably priced. Seagull guitars are great for beginners, but they are also loved by the seasoned players. Seagull provides you with an impressive range of guitars. Next comes Yamaha. Yamaha's 130-year-old story humbly began in piano and organ manufacture in Japan. They grew with a huge range of products and services. They started constructing their guitars in 1940s, and since then they have consistently produced guitars which have sold in impressive record numbers. Their pros are they have accessible price ranges, they are great for beginners, uncompromising quality despite mass production methods, and product fantastic range bass guitars. Martin. Martin is more than twice the age of some of the previous brands. They produce a range of acoustic string instruments as well as electric acoustics. Their guitars have evolved and changed shape many times in their lengthy history. Modern Martin products are, generally speaking, affordable. Their vintage models can fetch 5 to 6,000. Their pros are they are affordable, they are easy to play, meaning they are good for beginners, and they have a consistent quality. Last but not the least comes the Taylor. Taylor is the number one seller for acoustic guitars in America and has been running production for over 40 years. They produce a lot of affordable models. However, they really aren't much better than beginner quality. High-end Taylors, however, produce a fantastic tone and have a great intonation and fret accuracy, and are durable and expertly crafted with high-quality woods, but obviously costs a little more. Taylor go an extra mile to make sure that their guitars are top-level quality in their respective budgets. Their pros are as follows. They are proficiently built, they are expertly designed, they are affordable, and they are exceptional high-end guitars.
Here is a possible drawback, that it is a little difficult to travel with the guitar as it is a delicate instrument. Now let me share the most imitated tradition of guitars, that is breaking it on stage. Breaking a guitar must have some origin story, correct? Let me share it. The story of smashing it started somewhere in the 60s when a guitarist named Pete Townsend accidentally cracked the headstock of his guitar when he was performing on the stage with a low ceiling. Seeing the reaction of his audience, he continued to demolish the remaining of it. That's how this happened. Accidentally, this inspired many musicians to break their guitars on stage. I wonder how guitar got popular. The guitar was not much popular instrument in its earlier stage, as it was considered an unpretentious instrument which was played by poor people. Later, Andres Segovian, a Spanish classical guitarist, demonstrated the quality, proficiency, and the sensation a guitar can evoke. He composed music with the highest quality and satisfaction, and this led to the popularity of guitar. Another reason is it is affordable. Plectrum or picks. A plectrum is a small flat tool used to pluck or strum a stringed instrument. For handheld instruments such as guitars and mandolins, the plectrum is often called a pick and is a separate tool held in the player's hand.
While our discussion was going on, me and Ananya struck an argument together. Ananya said that a lot of people who play guitar call it's cool. They feel cool while playing the guitar. Whereas I said there's nothing like that. It's really cool to play a guitar. And here is our following argument, where I find it's cool to play guitar, whereas Ananya find it's not so cool to play a guitar.
I personally feel like guitars aren't bad, but they have scurried the attention from other instruments. These instruments could be just as cool, like the drums.
But drums are really hard to learn and they take a lot of time as well.
The guitar isn't easy to play either. That totally depends on the person.
Mouth organs can be really hard to play, okay? Plus, they can really hurt your mouth while playing.
The guitar strings are made of metal and also hurt when you're a beginner.
You can play your guitar anyhow you wish, by standing, sitting, lying. There's no such rule.
That's right, but how necessary is it to play an instrument laying down?
I guess the younger generation is attracted more towards the guitar because it doesn't have any specific rules how and why it should be played in a particular way. And the younger generation, doesn't like to be abided by any rules.
True, but I hope other instruments also gain popularity in the future.
Finally, we both concluded that playing guitar or feeling cool while playing guitar depends on the people and their preferences. It's like a blind faith, and we should not blame the guitar for it. Other instruments are equally beautiful, but it's totally upon the people what do they prefer, and probably by time everyone will understand. At the end of the day, the thing that matters is talent, and that's what actually makes you cool.
This is a mind map. It contains what we saw, thought, and wondered about a guitar when we first looked at it. Also, some creative questions like what if the size of a guitar was reduced to the size of a palm? What if the strings were made of rubber bands? What if the size of guitar was reduced or increased by 100 times? We finalized two products as our topic. The first one was a silk cloth and the second a guitar. What should we select? It was a big problem as both the topics are really interesting to explore. So we applied the 6 thinking hats to come up with a solution. White hat. Silk. The silk is formed from larvae to form cocoons. Silk is a good insulator, lightweight and smooth, and soft. Guitar. Guitar is a string instrument either played by fingers or by the guitar pick. Red hat. Silk. I personally felt bad when I got to know that larvae are boiled when alive, and therefore we did not take silk as our topic. Guitar. I felt very cool and proud of myself while playing the guitar. I felt an immediate attachment with the guitar. Yellow hat. Silk. Silk, on seeing or wearing, gives you a rich and luxurious feeling. It also feels nice to feel and touch. Guitar. Guitar on playing makes you feel tension free and lightweighted, and it also makes you feel good about yourself.
Green hat. Silk. What if artificial worms were made out of some material and silk was then made of that material? Guitar. What if the guitar shape was changed to a spear? How would it be played? Blue hat. Silk. Aim to make silk out of the larva. Guitar. Guitar makes a sound when its strings are played in a particular way where we can hear the sound because of the sound box. Black hat. Silk. Worms are killed alive when they are in the cocoon and the silk is made out of it. Guitar. Fingers get worn out or even an injury can take place.
So, the conclusion, taking in consideration the emotions for larvae, and also we all had a huge interest in finding more about guitar. Also, it is pretty famous in today's young generation. Therefore, we chose guitar as our topic.
The Guitars, a short film. Have you ever noticed how the ukulele looks exactly like a guitar but smaller, almost like its child? It made us wonder if the classical and acoustic guitars were its parents. And what if the electric guitar is the rebellious child? The cello can be their understanding grandfather. So we decided to make a story linking all of these interpretations. We used a bunch of puns in the video, but the meaning behind it is actually pretty deep, using it almost like a metaphor to show that it doesn't need to be that serious always. The fact that our parents can do anything for us is immaculate. How selfless can a person be, right? But at the same time, we should also be just as defensive about our family. That's the most we can do for them. And that's the thing that we tried to show in the movie as well. The Guitars and Harper. One fine morning.
Sitar Sarangi wreak havoc and vengeance against the strings. Oh, I'm gonna beat them out of tune.
Meanwhile,
Mortuna.
Ukulele, where's your bro?
Yeah, I fought them, but I didn't do anything wrong. You liar. It's hard to resist when someone talks bad about your family. I don't want to hear a single note. Get out of here. We got no strings attached. Cello there. Hey, see, according to me, you should be sharp. You're a guitar.